Welcome to Come Dine with me, Western New York, everyone. Jan, this morning wraps up our final show of the season. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. I have just had such a great time.
Yeah.
I think probably the best part for me is meeting the great people and all of the great things that are happening here in Western New York.
Yeah.
I think we've really seen a surge, don't you, this year?
Absolutely. You know, it was a fun ride this season, and I had a lot of fun
And it's
meeting
just
with a
going to
lot
get
of chefs and
better,
restaurateurs.
exactly.
And to your point, yeah, it's only getting better. So I can't wait for the next season.
And you know, where else in Buffalo and Western New York and the surrounding neighborhoods can we really find such a rich melting pot of ethnic cultures? And for us, that really translates into some great diverse food choices to showcase, doesn't it?
Very good point. And take our Polish community, for instance, there. At one time, the area around St. Stanislaus Church was one of the largest Polish-American colonies outside of Poland. And today, though many of the Polish have migrated to other parts in town, their traditional foods carry on and play a big role there.
That's right. And a little later on, you're with Chef Andrew Quigley.
Right, and he's taking a crack at some Polish version of kapushkis and pork, so you have to see that. And then Chef Art is with one of the sweetest ladies you'll ever want to meet, and they have an easy recipe for a lazy perogi.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah.
But right now, Chef Krista Van Wagner gets things started in our studio kitchen at Artisan Kitchens and Baths with another very popular dish called golabki.
Hello, Krista Van Wagner from Krista's Caribbean Kitchen. Today I am here to bring you a recipe that is sure to bring your family together. This is one of my go-to meals for that Sunday dinner. It brings back memories to me. I was raised on this, golabki, or pigs in a blanket. The most important thing I would like to share with you when working with this is always add cold ingredients. I've sauteed my onions earlier. I've let those cool down. I don't want you to add anything warm to this. It'll change and start to melt that fat. So that's what makes it light and fluffy. Let's get going. Basically an egg, quite simple. And I'm just going to whisk that up. And this is a meal that you can have the kids jump in and do. You see around me, what I have is my mise en place. That's what makes it fun to cook. Have your mise en place, have your mess in place. Oh my gosh, when this is in the oven, I just want to cry. I love the smell of it when it's cooking. So I've got my ground beef, pork, and veal. I've opted for the meatloaf mix, just like my mother did. I've got some rice. Like I said, it was left over from last night. Just promise me, always nice and cool. You don't want to use hot ingredients in this. A little bit of ketchup, just a little bit to sweeten her up a bit. And I use stewed tomatoes just to give it a little bite, something interesting, something a little bit different. I drained them, got rid of all that liquid because you don't want to add excess moisture here. And then I just crunched them up with my hands. So they're kind of just in the strainer. I just put my hands in them and felt that like that. Seasoning is very important. Salt, I use kosher salt. I also use fresh ground black pepper. It is just so much more aromatic. And it's leveling, it's layering with flavors. So this is my secret. There we go. And I can smell that pepper. This is going to be great. I also boiled off in a big, large pot of water. I boiled the cabbage. And you have to take that core out. And I just want to show you real quick. I just went around and around. And you just pop that core out. You can put this in boiling water and just keep pulling it out and just tearing those leaves away. And now we have all our mise en place all set. Do this ahead of time. Another way of doing this is just core it and put it in the freezer the night before, and then they'll just peel right off. A lot easier than getting that boiling water out. So let's get going. Let's get this together. Just get right in there. This is when you let the kids get in there and cook. And we're just going to stuff this in the cabbage. I have a really simple sauce, Campbell's soup. I use a tomato soup. They do sell gluten-free soup if you're looking to keep it a gluten-free item. And let's not forget those sauteed onions. They're nice and cool now. We'll get that in the dish. And when I sauteed those onions out, I sauteed them out till they were fragrant. And I finished them with some fresh ground black pepper. Anytime I can get flavor in there, and like I said, they're nice and cool now. Anytime you can get flavor in there, go for it. It's a layering of flavor. But my finale is fresh chopped parsley. So let's get that done. This is all ready. And there we go. And that's my little bit of love. We'll mix that up. The cabbage is beautiful. Here we go. I always start at the core. And And let's just roll this up. And you want to seal it. So let's tuck those sides in, kind of like you're doing a wrap. And there we go. Our sauce, I'm going to add a little bit of tomato soup right here. I've got ketchup and just a little bit of that. Whisk that in. A little bit of water. And just a little bit of salt and some fresh ground black pepper. I like to zip mine up just a bit, so just a dash of my Halicious. Get you right there. Also on parts, thyme. I love that fresh thyme that I use when I make my sauce. Okay, most importantly, this is it. Fresh, very aromatic, much better. Right out of the mill, and when you're using a pepper mill, only go one way, don't go back and forth. You'll break your gears. So there is my super sauce. Seam side down. Beautiful. We'll just cover that with some foil, bake that for 1 hour, and wait till you see how it turns out. Golabki, a good reason to get around the table. And please check out my website, jerksauce.com, for my numerous around-the-table experiences. And also, of course, my Halicious and my Jerkalicious. Come dine with me, Western New York. Get that family together.
This portion of the program was sponsored in part by Key Video Productions, television, video, DVD.
Lockport's favorite restaurant and meeting place, the Village Eatery Italian Bistro serves the finest pizza, pasta, chicken, veal, and seafood. Our famous Friday night fish fry, homemade Italian bread, and old world sauce have kept Western New Yorkers coming back for over 35 years. Check out our vast wine selection and visit the Bistro Bar for a signature martini. For really great Italian-American food, it's the Village Eatery Italian Bistro.
Make your living room jealous with Miele built-in appliances from Artisan Kitchens and Baths.
Orazio's Italian Crepes is your window to the world. Treat yourself to our homemade crepes made with authentic ingredients like imported Caputo flour, mascarpone cheese, and Ghirardelli chocolate. Indulge in our all-natural small batch gelato with no artificial flavors and all the creaminess in the world. Take your taste buds on a journey right in your own backyard. Orazio's Italian Crepes in the food court at the Walden Galleria.
Yeah, hello. Today I'm here with Chef Andrew Quigley from the Seneca Niagara Resort.
Today we're doing a cider brined pork flat iron with a bacon and cherry braised Savoy cabbage. Little play on a pierogi is called a pampushki. And then also we're going to do a beet, apple, and fennel slaw to go over that pork. So right now I have a preheated pan. I'm going to start off with some diced bacon. And we're going to want to brown that to bring the flavor out.
And in that pan you didn't add any additional oil because you let the bacon render out.
So that's going to probably take about 3 to 5 minutes to render, and then we're going to go from there. It's been a couple minutes. This bacon is nice, brown, and crispy. It's developed a nice fond on the bottom of that pan. So I'm going to add a little bit of diced onion.
About same amount as bacon, huh, probably.
That's right,
Yep.
1 to 1. Mix that in. You kind of want to just caramelize the onion just a little bit, release those sugars out of the onion. Give that a couple, 20 seconds or so. So we're going to mix this together. Again, the Savoy cabbage with that nice sweet flavor. And I still have the fond, that little dark color at the end of my pan. So you want to add a little liquid. I have a little bit of apple cider here, just to mix into that.
Beautiful.
Now all that flavor that was built up from that bacon is being released from the moisture of the cider. And a little bit more, let that wilt down. This is probably going to be 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll add my dried cherries to that at that point.
All right, now Drew, you're topping the pork with a nice refreshing slaw on top.
All right, so I'm going to first start. Doesn't matter which one you start with, so with the apple. Have a nice Japanese mandolin. All nice julienne cuts, so they're nice uniform with the slaw.
If our viewers out there, if they don't own that mandolin, they could use a grater as well, correct?
Yes, you can use a grater. Or you can even just try to have those nice cuts from a chef's knife. Just want to make sure that all your ingredients are uniform in cut. Just adding my fennel. These are nice winter vegetables. Beets are very much of the Polish cuisine. And mix this together and add a little bit of the olive oil, just to keep the color of your vegetables nice. Then also I have a little bit of fresh orange juice, just a splash.
Get that nice citrusy flavor in there.
That's right. That's good. We have rice wine vinegar.
Okay.
Okay. And also apple cider vinegar. And let me get a nice sugar. I want to coat these vegetables and sweeten it up.
There we go.
A little bit more.
A little bit more. All right.
Thank you. And some fresh dill. Salt.
A
Pepper.
little bit of pepper. Okay.
And just let these combine.
All right, now for the potatoes, Chef Drew, what are we gonna make?
This is a pampushki, something that you use with leftover mashed potatoes. And for the filling, just like a pierogi, we're gonna use a nice farmer's cheese.
That's a local one there, right?
Yeah,
That's
from Friendship Farms.
Friendship Farms.
That's correct.
Yep.
So in the side bowl, you just have to season the cheese because it's a little bland. Just with a little bit of salt and pepper, chives. So that's your filling. And then with the potatoes, I'm kind of going to do probably about a 3-ounce portion. 3 to 4
That's
ounce.
a great way to use up the leftover potatoes if you have some mashed potatoes left over, correct?
That's right.
All right.
Put that right here. You're probably just going to do a tablespoon or like a 1-ounce portion of this cheese for your filling. Kind of like just a potato pierogi. Flatten that out, almost like a Polish croquette. We have a nice hot pan, and we're going to pan fry it golden brown.
Good.
I'd say we'll bring that flavor out if you had a nice Tinsky to go complement that Polish meal.
Probably. Now, our viewers out there, where can they get something like that?
We're going to feature this on Dingus Day at Three Sisters Cafe. And if you want to bring your pussy willows and your water guns, come down with me, Western New York.
Oh, that dish, I love all those
You
flavors.
like the flavors in there?
Yeah, what a
I think
nice
Andrew
combination.
did a good job there with the slaw on top, give it some freshness, you know, and then the pork flat iron, that's definitely a nice cut to
The apple
try.
and beet, I think, is a nice combination too. Yeah. And you know, if you want the recipe, all you have to do is go to our Facebook page, like it, you can get the recipes.
Right? Or if you don't want to cook it yourself and want to enjoy any of the restaurant or any of the entertainment here, come down to Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino, and on the entertainment side, we have Mimi and Beth taking it away now.
Hi everyone, I'm Beth.
And I'm Mimi.
This Saturday, March 11th, the legendary Isley Brothers are coming to Seneca Niagara Event Center. Get down and funky with the bluesy soul band Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes. Don't miss your chance to hear them at the Bears Den showroom Friday, March 17th. From Comedy Central to Late Night with Conan O'Brien, from Southern California to Radio City Music Hall, comedian Brian Regan has delivered the laughs for more than 3 decades. Now it's your chance to see him live at Seneca Niagara Event Center Saturday, March 18th.
Check out this and more world-class entertainment and events. Nothing else comes close at SenecaCasinos.com. Closed captioning provided by
CarStar Relax. We'll take it from here.
After being involved in an accident, one of the first things you think about is getting your car repaired as quickly as possible. But where do you go? Who do you trust? The only name to keep top of mind and stored in your phone is Ventura's CarStar Collision. When it comes to customer service, quality, warranties, and peace of mind, we have you covered. Leave it to the pros at Ventura's CarStar Collision and relax. We'll take it from here.
The romance of Tuscany, the flavor of DiPaolo's, everything you love about DiPaolo's, the food, the friendship, the family. Whether in our elegant dining room or outside in the courtyard, the atmosphere is authentic. For a simple dinner out or the affair of a lifetime, find Tuscany in your own backyard. Ilio DiPaolo's Restaurant, Banquets and Ringside Lounge in Blaisdell, a family restaurant with a gourmet touch.
Make your living room jealous with Miele built-in appliances from Artisan Kitchens and Baths.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I'm from Artisan Kitchens and Bath. I'm here today with Joe. Joe's one of our newest Big Green Egg customers. We're gonna do a little pork loin on the Big Green Egg today. Joe, are you excited?
I'm really excited. I've never done as much outdoor cooking since I've gotten this. It's just taken over my life virtually.
The Big Green Egg is a cooking appliance for outdoors because it has such a great ability at range of temperature. The egg itself can go from 200 degrees all the way up to about 1100 degrees. You can't do that with anybody else's grill.
My favorite thing about the egg is being able to control the temperature in a charcoal environment. Well, the charcoal flavor is totally unique. It makes meat and vegetables even taste so different than with gas. But I like to use different flavored woods. This one is hickory. The beauty of the egg is that not only is it going to cook, but it's going to smoke.
Today we cooked a really great pork loin, and then along with that we did some asparagus and a pepper medley with Vidalia onions and some corn. It was really tremendous.
We're going to marinate this pork tenderloin first in a combination of olive oil, a little balsamic, some honey whiskey, a bit of this, because you know the alcohol, when you put alcohol in it, you know how it cooks off. And next we'll just empty this organic soy sauce in here and some hoisin sauce. A little fresh ground pepper, just a little tweak of salt in here, even though the soy sauce is enough salt.
Just close this lid down like that and snap it.
That's it.
Joe has a marinator that allowed us to extract all the air out of this device and marinate the pork loin in a very short period of time.
We set this aside and probably in 30 minutes or so, everything's gonna be ready to go.
When we got here, Joe had the green egg fired up already. Then we put the vegetables and the corn on, the little bit of hickory wood that he put in there for flavor. Steamed vegetables are great, but now you add that flavor of the charcoal to it, it really makes a difference.
I think the key to making pork tenderloin is not overcooking it and keeping it in a high heat initial temperature and then dropping the heat and letting it cook slowly within.
When you sear the pork loin, the natural sugars that were in the hoisin sauce from the raisins really create a caramelization that seals the juice into the meat product. Joe, it smells amazing. I think it might be done.
I think you're right, Jeff. Let's give it a shot. The flavor of the vegetables and the meat all infused with the smoke and the charcoal flavor from the grill just made for a succulent meal. Cheers.
The meal was great. We sat on Joe's deck, enjoyed the pork loin in the sunshine and the beautiful backyard setting at Joe's house. I couldn't have enjoyed the meal more.
Thanks, Chef, and thank you to our good friends at Artisan Kitchen and Bath for sponsoring the Kitchen Invasion and grilling segments each week. And don't forget to stop down there when you're shopping for that new kitchen or bath.
Or if you have your eye on one of those big green eggs.
They are pretty spectacular.
Yeah, and you can get all the accessories and things at Artisan Kitchens and Baths,
Yes,
like the wood chips and things like that. And Chef, as we close out this season of Come Dine With Me, Western New York, we want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors that have helped to make our show possible. They are the best. First, our closed captioning sponsor, Ventura's CarStar Collision.
And of course, a special thank you to the Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino, along with Key Video Productions.
To our celebrity chefs, Marco Shortino, Krista Van Wagner, and Art Christie, thank you for your time, your talent, and your contributions since day one.
And to those that make up our Come Dine With Me family of restaurants, we are grateful to each of you for sharing your recipes and expertise with our audience.
And I want to say what an honor it's been working alongside not only talented chefs, but some of the most wonderful individuals I've had the chance to get to know. The chefs here at the Seneca Niagara Resorts and Casino. You guys are the best.
They truly are some of the best in the business. And right now, let's continue with our show. Here's Chef Art Christie with his beautiful assistant, Dorothy.
I want to introduce you to Dorothy Zarnecki, a very, very good friend of mine who is a dedicated viewer and loves our show, watches it every single week. You ready to get started, Dorothy?
I'm ready.
Okay. You really like our show, huh?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, good. God bless you. We appreciate that. So this is a very, very simple dish. This is lazy perogi. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So the first thing we're going to do is I have some chopped bacon here. So we're going to take this, we're going to put it to our pan, all right? I do it right?
That's right.
So now what we want to do, we want to cook this.
Cook it till it's crisp.
Till it's nice and crisp.
Mhm.
And we want to save that bacon fat, right? Because that's
right.
where our flavor
Right.
is. So this will just take a couple minutes, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dorothy, tell me just a little bit of your story. Where did you grow up? And
I grew up in East Lovejoy.
East Lovejoy.
My dad was a stationary chief engineer, so I had it fairly good.
You did. But everything you cooked was from homemade, out of a
Everything-
box, nothing out of a can.
we
Everything
didn't
was
have-
from
No,
scratch.
we didn't have no boxes.
Yeah. Now what do we do now? We're going to put onions in next, you said?
Next, onions.
Okay. So we're going to cut some onions. So life is a little different right now, I would imagine,
Oh,
for you,
yeah.
huh?
Well, I'm 90.
You're 98 years old, 97?
97.
97 years young. And I got to tell you, Dorothy, I've known you for a long time. You have more energy than I do, and I got to tell you that. Believe me, you got more energy than most young
And
folks
I
I
live
know.
at Heathwood Assisted Living.
You do? And,
Yeah.
and all
they're
our
very good to me.
and all our friends there watch our show. I
Oh,
guess.
yeah,
Oh,
and they're waiting to
They're
see
waiting
this.
to see this. Okay. So Dorothy, I got to ask you.
Yeah.
Over the years, what have you noticed that's changed?
Well, I think everything.
Everything?
Yeah, everything.
Good, bad, worse?
Well, I think it's worse.
Okay. Not as much fun, I bet, huh?
No.
It's just a little different. It's more complicated in our
Yeah,
lives right,
right.
now. We're back in the day when you used to make this stuff and other things. It was all more of a simple
Right,
type
right,
of a deal,
right.
right? Yeah. So we want to add the onions to this now?
Now we add the onions.
Okay. So I'll just dump this in here if you don't mind.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, when you first showed me how to make this dish years ago, I absolutely fell in love with it. And unfortunately, I used to eat more than I guess I was supposed to, but I just couldn't stop eating it. It was just always that good. So I'm going to take these mushrooms, Dorothy, and I'm going to
Yeah.
add them to our mixture.
Right,
Is that all
right.
I do? Okay.
Right.
Put them right in there for you. And we're going to saute these a little bit, I guess, huh?
Right.
Okay, this is the fun part coming up next now. You told me about the butter. I know they
Yeah, put a little butter in.
put some butter in there for you.
Yep.
I'll just throw it right in there, right? I'm going to put that's about a stick and a half, I guess. That'll be
think
good, because we got a
that'd
big
be
batch going
good.
here, so that'll work, right?
That'll work.
All right, so I'm doing this correctly now? Everything's
Yeah,
going exactly how you
everything's
showed me,
perfect.
right? And you know, I put the sauerkraut on a little earlier because what I wanted
Yeah,
to
but
do
you want
is
it done.
get all the
Yeah,
juice out of
yeah,
it without
right,
rinsing
right,
it.
Right.
I'm just going to, oh yeah, see, it's nice and dry. There's
Yeah,
no liquid
right,
to it.
right,
And
right.
that's kind of how you want to do it, I guess,
Right.
right? Just like that?
Right.
This is the, oh, yeah. Now it's getting real happy. And my pasta's almost ready too, so we're about ready to put this stuff together. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt and pepper to this,
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
No.
I always like fresh cracked black pepper. How's that? Is that good like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll just add a little bit of salt. And this is fresh sea salt. I kind of like
That's
that.
great.
A little more intense. Is that good like that?
Yep.
Okay. And then I'll give it a stir. I'm learning this. You taught me well. I
You're
got to tell
learning.
you, I'm
You
getting
got-
good.
You got the noodles?
I got them right here.
Okay.
These are ready to rack. See, being Italian, we call them pasta, but being Polish, you call them noodles.
Noodles.
So when you said noodles, I kind of stunned a little bit. I didn't know what to do. So All right, so now I'm just going to add the noodles to this.
Right.
I got to tell you,
so
Dorothy,
good.
I think I could eat this whole
I
pan.
could
Honest to
too.
God, it's so good. Look how beautiful that looks.
I
Oh,
love
my
that
gosh.
stuff.
All those flavors are absorbed in
So
the
good.
pasta. Isn't that great? Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, Dorothy, this is the big test. Tell me how I did.
You did wonderful.
Is it good?
It's delicious.
Is it as good as yours?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Better.
Is it?
Better.
Oh. So how do they find you?
Oh, well, you get hashtag Chef Granny.
On Facebook.
And don't forget to check me out on Facebook.
You're going to be my first stop. Come dine with me, Western New York.
Some say it's our amazing sports bar. Others, our relaxed and comfortable dining room. And then there are those who say it's our private meeting and banquet rooms where we take care of everything. Whatever draws you to Buffalo's best grill and catering, one thing's for certain. You'll always get a great meal. We pride ourselves on our casual atmosphere with very comfortable prices. Buffalo's best grill and catering, Southwestern Boulevard in Orchard Park. Stop in today and see why we're Buffalo's best.
It's not every day that you find a getaway with something for everyone. At Seneca Resorts and Casinos, we're all about escaping the everyday for some luxury, some relaxation, and a lot of excitement after work or the game, for an evening of wonder or a weekend away. Seneca Resorts and Casinos, the excitement you've been looking for.
Come in for a great time at Alton's. Our extensive menu will surely satisfy everyone. Start your day off with farm fresh eggs, a hearty omelet, or a delicious Belgian waffle. Our famous chicken souvlaki is made fresh to order, as well as all of our mouth-watering burgers, sandwiches, and melts. Try our tempting portobello strip steak topped with balsamic mushrooms, caramelized onions, and melted Asiago cheese, or our shrimp fettuccine with a rich lobster cream sauce. No matter what you choose, you can never go wrong. Alton's, all good.
Yeah, Jen.
Oh,
all right,
we're
so
back.
yeah, we're back.
I've learned.
Last time.
We're not going to say goodbye. We're going to say see you in September.
Absolutely.
How about that?
That sounds good.
And, you know, this spring and summer, our television crew from Key Video will be out and about visiting restaurants and taping new episodes that are going to air in the fall when we return for
Season 8.
That's right. So between now and then, I'm going to see you here at the Western Door
Absolutely.
or at Fun Falls or one of the great restaurants.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
And for everyone here at Come Dine With Me, Western New York, I'm Jan Farrington.
And I'm Oliver Wolf. Well, see you next season. Please support your local restaurants by dining out, everybody. And remember, food rules.